Hello and welcome to another lesson on UPK. In this lesson I want to cover some of the editing features of the application. In order to do that, we need to get some material into the application. There's a couple of ways to do that. We can do a simple recording, which I've shown you on some past videos, or you can download an ODARC file, which is basically an archive recording that you do in UPK. I have a small one out here on my website. Just go to larrysherrod.com, go to UPK. Down near the bottom there should be a post entitled UPK ODARC file for Excel, and then here's the link. I have this file posted out on Boxnet. It's in a public directory so anyone can download it. When you click that, it should come up into the screen you see below, and then you can just go ahead and download it and follow the import feature that I've covered in past videos and bring it into your UPK developer. So once you've done that, we can go to the developer screen, and here's the module with the different sections, and then down onto the different topics. So if we'll come to this first topic here, and if you just double click on that, we'll go into the editing mode. When this screen comes up, you're going to see the basic features of the editor. You have your standard pull downs. You have some icons that I'll discuss in a moment. Down in your frame structure area, as you hover over each one of your frames, it gives you a little icon of what you've captured. In this area is your editing area. You can move your bubbles around. Well, you can once you get to a screen that's editable. But let's stay at our start screen for just a moment. In this bubble, you can manage those text areas, and you can do several things in that text area. Highlight that. I can bold it, italicize it, underline it, change colors. These are all just basic features that you can use with any text editing tool. You can change to non-breaking text, and you can also change the font as well. There's also your justification icons as well. You can do some cut and paste from other applications if you need to do so. These buttons down here are pretty important. You can change your text to visible or invisible in the different modes, in the see it and try it mode. You can have it visible in the know it mode or not visible in the know it mode. Same way with the do it mode as well, and visible in the player or not, as well as in the printed documents that come out of the developer. We'll discuss those things a little bit more when we talk about publishing. This is an interesting icon. You can display or not display that bubble. You can change the bubble icon. Now I have to get to another frame before those buttons are active. So here, if I go to my bubble icon, I can choose something without a bubble, which is what's already been chosen, or I can change something. If I know it's a mouse click, I could use the mouse, and you'll notice that I've got a nice mouse icon there. I can also change the call out pattern for the pointer position. Right now I've got it at top left. If that's going to interfere with the user's ability to see. You can change it a little bit, maybe to the top left corner. You'll notice over here that it did change. Most of the time it's going to default to this one, which about 80% of the time is appropriate. You can change the background color. For instance, if you like something a little different, you can do so. You can insert template text. I'm not sure how that works, so look for a future video on that. And again, with those templates, you can do some templatizing of the application. So I'm going to have to do some read up on that before I can get back to you on that one. Down here, these have to do with the action, this particular action that's involved here. In this case, we're pointing to a drop-down menu. If I wanted to change that point, and the reason I say point is because it's noted here in the bubble menu, I could change that point to, say, a left click, and then it would say click the data menu as opposed to point to it. Change the object type. In this case, it's a pop-up menu. If it were a radio button as opposed to a pop-up menu, I can change it. That doesn't really change much here, but the object types, they become a little bit more important. Is to getting the right structure in the recording. So we're going to have to play around with that to see what that actually does. I'll discuss that a little bit more later on. In this case, our object is data. This delay time is very important. In the see it mode, if your delay time is 5 seconds, it's going to take 5 seconds before the action of that particular screen capture takes place. So, if you want to change your see it mode to run a little faster, you can set it to 0, or if you wish, you can put in lesser delay. Here I can modify my action, and I can create a new action area. I'll talk about that a little later on in some of the more advanced editing videos that I'm going to do. These other icons do have a point, but you're probably not at a point to where you really need to understand them just yet, so I'm going to bypass those and get to them at a future date. And again, this is what you can use to go through your different frames. If you need to add audio to a frame, click down here on the sound editor, click the record button, and at this point it's going to begin recording. It's going to record my voice. You can see it up here in this screen. Once you've recorded what you need to record for that particular frame, you can just say OK, or click the OK button, and that's got that recorded. You can see the recording down here. You can even play the recording if you wish, and at this point it's going to begin recording. So I've got a recording within a recording, so isn't that cool? Here in this screen. So those are some of the basic features of the editor, the frame editor within the UPK application. This concludes this particular video. Look out for some more videos. I'm going to expand on this quite a bit, and hopefully try to keep the videos short so that you can pay attention to them and add more of them as my knowledge increases. Yours will also. So thank you very much.